just when you thought that we weren't coming on, here we are. Good evening, Epiphany Lutheran Church and friends.
Good evening, St. John Lutheran Church friends, family across the country. And Timothy, you have anybody you want to welcome or greet today?
Cousin Laura, Karen.
Jeannie comes on a lot.
Jeannie and
cousin, sister.
And Epiphany Lutheran and St. John Lutheran.
As you can tell, my brother Tim is here. He flew in today for Sam's Court of Honor, Eagle Court of Honor, and for
Which was
Thanksgiving.
supposed to be yesterday, but...
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow.
Not
Something
yesterday.
Like that. It's supposed to be tomorrow, but it will be next week because of our quarantining situation, but 2 out of 4 of us have tested negative so far, with the other 2 hopefully getting negative results within
the
a day
next couple
or so.
days.
Yes. So, welcome one and all to Friday Night Fun Night.
So it's the Friday before Thanksgiving, so we're glad to be here with you. We know that a lot of you will be having a different kind of Thanksgiving than you normally do. We would normally have been in Disneyland tonight, walking around, enjoying. I think this was our year to be California Adventures or Disneyland. We go back and forth. We go one day.
Disneyland
this year.
Christopher's made sure to tell me.
So we missed it. So we go to the Reiners the last several years for Thanksgiving, but we'll be Zooming with them on Thanksgiving. And this year we get to have Tim at our new house. We get to be home. So we have many things to be thankful for. Tonight, you often hear me talk about the Steve Hartman Friday night. And in fact, if you like them, when I post them, you can like him and get it every week. But the one tonight was especially touching about Thanksgiving, and I'll share a little bit. Maybe Tim and I both share what struck us about it watching it tonight. But there's a lot to be thankful for. So we're going to do jokes. I'm going to share the results, what people share with their favorite foods for Thanksgiving are. And I think I even have a few more prayer requests that came in on Facebook from my asking for prayers the other day. So, and David's going to give us some useless information.
Because what I'm thankful for is, as you all know from the last few weeks, the totally awesome book of useless information.
Yay!
So,
a courtesy that we got at Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Is that right?
Yes, Cracker Barrel. Yes.
And did you know, Tim?
No.
Tim doesn't even know, but you all know this, that not only has this writer written the totally awesome book of useless information, but he has also done the book of useless information, the ultimate book of useless information, the best book of useless information ever, and the world's greatest book of useless information, and the amazing book of useless information. But we got the totally awesome book of useless information.
Okay.
So Tim, pick a number, Tim.
You pick a page.
7.
7. Oh, he goes with 7. We'll have to make sure that we haven't done this one before. Okay, here you go. Tim, did you know that cats have 4 rows of whiskers?
I did not.
And did you know that Venus and Uranus are the only planets that rotate clockwise?
Did not know that either.
And do you know what the only insect that can turn its head is? The praying mantis.
Ah, okay.
And by the way, have you ever heard of the fear of telephones?
Phonophobia?
Pretty close. Telephonophobia.
Telephonophobia.
There we go.
Okay.
And finally, rats can tread waters for 3 days without stopping.
Wow.
Things you didn't know.
Lots of great useless information.
The phonophobia made me think of
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
Yes.
Or maybe you have pantophobia.
Yeah.
Do you think you have pantophobia?
Or maybe you have chephorobia. Or
That's
it's one of Christopher's favorite
I'm a fear
lines.
of everything.
Christopher, when we went out walking tonight, insisted on singing the Christmas song from
Christmas Time is Here.
Christmas Time is Here from the Charlie Brown Christmas. And along with that, we had to do the Hark the Herald Angels Sing from the Charlie Brown Christmas. And you knew it was from the Charlie Brown Christmas because he had to do the do-do-do,
yes.
do-do-do-do.
Okay.
So, but the only thing we missed was the Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown. So.
And good news for those of you
Yes,
who are
yes,
missing
good news.
Charlie Brown at Halloween. So many people had a fuss. We are on NPR today. They said, and I agree, that people are so used to getting it on their regular television, you know, and then here Apple buys it. So Apple's going to share it with PBS, and PBS Kids are going to share it for a few days this next week for Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
So, and I just saw the GPB. So, for those of you that are here, for those of St. John and Epiphany, GPB will be airing a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving on this Sunday, the 22nd.
What time?
So, 8 o'clock, I think.
All right, so look for that. We're
And
going to be
then
watching
on
it.
December 13th, you can see a Charlie Brown Christmas.
All right, we're going to be
Good
looking for
grief,
that.
good
We love
grief.
that. We love that. All right, well, you know, I've been having some Thanksgiving jokes, but I have more Thanksgiving jokes. So, Tim, why did the farmer have to separate the chicken and the turkey?
I don't know.
He sensed foul play.
Oh.
Why did they let the turkey join the band? I think I said this one last week.
Because he liked to play his drumsticks.
Because he had his own drumsticks, yeah.
There we go.
Pretty good.
What happened to the turkey that got in a fight? He got the what knocked out of him? He got the stuffing knocked out of him.
Ah, yeah.
If you call a big turkey a gobbler, what do you call a small one?
A gobble.
A goblet.
Ah, a goblet.
What do you call a running turkey? Fast food. What's the best song to play while cooking a turkey? All about that bass,
That's good.
Instead of base, it's based.
Yeah.
Why was the turkey put in jail? The police suspected foul play.
Okay.
How
Yeah,
did
we tend to have those repeats of foul play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come the turkey didn't eat dinner?
It was too stuffed.
He was already stuffed. That's
Oh,
right. That's right. What did the turkey say to the computer? Google.
Oh my.
What do you do? What do you get if you cross a turkey with a ghost? A poultrygeist.
Ah, that's a good one.
What kind of weather does a turkey like? Think about it.
Cloudy.
Think about it. Foul weather.
Foul weather. Okay.
All right, that's it for those now. David can look for his page, and while he looks for his page, I'm going to look up what everybody said about what they like about what their favorite food is for Thanksgiving.
So, Sam, you get to choose the page.
47.
47.
Another 7. 7.
47. Okay.
What if it has a cartoon on it?
Then you only get one fact.
Okay.
We'll have to choose something else.
One fact.
And in fact, this is it. Here it is. You get one fact with yours, and then Pastor Mary gets to read some thank yous. So, roosters cannot crow if they are not able to fully extend their necks.
Huh.
There you go.
Hmm.
So, a rooster can't crow if he's like this. There we go.
That would have been something on the farm because we had roosters.
That's it.
We
Yes,
heard
we
them
did.
a lot.
We had roosters.
Yes, we did.
We had roosters too.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's right. We both lived in the
And
country.
laying hens and all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
You had no more jokes? No.
That was a page with only one on it.
Oh my gosh! Come on, give us something else.
All right. Sam, give me another number.
I'll give you number 42.
42. Okay. 42 it is. On page 43 with the book of totally awesome
42.
book of useless
42.
information. 42. Yeah, I know.
You said 43.
Yeah.
I said 42.
No, you said 43.
When was the first toilet installed in the White House, Tim?
In 1900.
1825.
Wow.
1825 was the first toilet. And there's been stuff coming out of that place ever since. So.
That's right.
That would have been John Quincy Adams, maybe.
Oh, well, there you go.
Tim
And
knows
did
his
you know that the
presidents.
world's oldest piece of chewing gum is 9,000 years old?
Why is that?
I have no idea. I've just given you the
Who's
facts.
got that?
That's
How do
it.
they know it's
I
that
have
old?
no
I wanna
It's
idea.
under someone's desk in a
So-
school.
What was the first fruit eaten on the moon?
An apple.
It was a peach. A
Ooh.
peach.
Georgia should be proud of that, or North Carolina, because they have more beaches than we do these days.
And the largest pumpkin pie ever made weighed 3,699 pounds.
Wow, you better like the pumpkin
I
pie.
wonder if that was in one year.
Wow, wow.
That's a good question. So,
Wow. Speaking of pumpkin, oh, go ahead.
oh, last one, Tim. Tim, do you know what these are called? The plastic ends on a shoelace.
It's not. They're not eyelets, right? That's
No.
the other things.
No,
No, I don't know what they're called.
they're called aglets.
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 A-G-G?
A-G-L-E-T-S.
Aglets. Okay.
By the way, if you're wondering what my shirt says, it says, "You had me at pumpkin spice." I gotta have a pumpkin latte in the next few days, because pretty soon I'm switching over to peppermint mocha. I go with my seasons, so. Okay, what was your set? Not the egglet thing. What was the thing before that? Oh, pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to share now, I don't normally endorse things, but all of these has some amazing whipped cream in the can, real whipped cream. And this year they have a pumpkin spice and a vanilla maple. And I highly recommend the vanilla maple. I've not had the pumpkin spice. Yes, I know, those who know me are surprised, but I went with vanilla maple this year. So.
Oh, by the way, when we went to Ollie's tonight, I just want to let you all know they still had some of the sweet mustard bacon and kale pizzas.
Yes,
so
they had
if you
plenty
want,
of it.
if you saw from last
Didn't
week the
sell.
sweet mustard
Chris
bacon and
would-
kale
Sam would pick it
pizzas,
out.
they could have been doing it.
We had it last week. Yeah, it was okay. It was just okay. All right. So lots of people share what their favorite foods at Thanksgiving is. I will share. If you have not shared yet, please do. I love seeing what everybody likes for Thanksgiving, and it's fun to see people from different parts of here and other areas what they like. My cousin Laura said she loved her mom and aunts, meaning my mom and Aunt Betty, noodles. That was her favorite thing at Thanksgiving. So Heather Loner from Church St. John and Erica McCoy, our friend from Florida now, both said definitely green bean casserole. Elizabeth Walter, who I know from my physical therapy days, mashed potatoes. Jenny Harrell from Weight Watchers said pumpkin pie. Joe Gregg from Illinois said noodles. Paula Hart had a nice picture of a turkey. Kathy Whitney Norton said stuffing. Joy White, friend from Epiphany, the turkey, then sausage. And Terry Lindsay, who we know from Bloomington Normal, said tough call. Stuffing. Dorothy Bragg said Dutch apple pie and roasted sweet potatoes. And Brad Haddon, my friend from Hannibal, Missouri, said cornbread dressing, which I would never thought about that from where we're from. I never had cornbread dressing up our way. Terry Jeanette said all of it. And Thomas Jeanette, her son, said stuffing and pumpkin pie. And Kathy Gates also said stuffing, especially right out of the turkey. And Jill Henning, Pastor Jill Henning, said yes. And Kathleen Roston from Pastor David's church said stuffing. Kim Kaiser from Bloomington said, I could make a meal out of dressing, mashed potatoes, and gravy. And my dear friend Deb said, me too. Cheryl Maple said southern cornbread dressing and gravy with cranberry sauce, no stuffing allowed. And then Christine Bourbon said stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy. And Phyllis Hutchings said oyster dressing and mincemeat pie.
Oh my!
And
there
Rose,
you go, Fred Schwartz.
That's an
Fred
old.
Schwartz.
That's an old school
Pastor
choice.
Mary and Tim's father.
Oyster dressing and mincemeat pie. Those are
our
two
dad
old
loved
school
oyster dressing.
choices.
Our dad
Yes, he
loved
loved
it.
it.
Rose Sandoval from Illinois said the gravy if it's homemade. Well, I make homemade gravy for Thanksgiving. And
Homemade gravy.
Kathy Norton said, I'm with you, hate instant gravy. Rita Bennett from St. John said dressing, and Mary Lou Gomes said candy yams or sweet potato casserole.
Which reminds me, the story that I've been itching to tell as Pastor Mary has been doing this. I will always remember the first time that I brought home Mary to my parents' house was for Thanksgiving. Now she had them at the rolls that she makes. Mary makes some of the best homemade yeast rolls ever.
They are the best.
So
ever.
you need to know that.
The best.
And
the
by
best.
the
I
way,
have to tell you
Wait.
story.
Let me just say this. Because we are in COVID and what we're dealing with, I'm not making them for Thanksgiving. I'm making them here for Thanksgiving, but I'm not going to make all the batches. But I have shared that I will make some extra at Christmas and auction them off or sell them for good causes like youth ministry in both churches. So if you've not had them, I might have some to share, a sample. So anyway,
So
go ahead.
back to the story with Thanksgiving. So at that first Thanksgiving meal that Mary joined the family on, Mary made the sweet potatoes.
It was like a souffle.
A sweet potato souffle. And I remember my mom going up to Mary and saying, "Oh, Mary, don't be offended if Phil," that's my dad. That was my dad. Okay. "Don't be offended if Phil doesn't eat your sweet potatoes. He doesn't really like sweet potatoes." My dad had 3 helpings of sweet potatoes that night.
Wow.
Why?
Wow.
Why? It's called very simple. It wasn't the fact that my dad didn't like sweet potatoes. He didn't like my mom's sweet potatoes because my mom was not a good cook. And if you had seen my mom's sweet potatoes or yams that she would make, you wouldn't want to eat them either. Believe me.
Well, that's how a lot of people did them. When we were growing up, my mom always put marshmallows on top, brown sugar, and then melted them after they were baked. And that's pretty normal there.
better
And
than
later
my mom.
with pecans and nuts in them.
Yeah, that's how I make them. Yeah.
But I will tell
Yeah.
you,
Wow,
I got myself in trouble today. Mary also makes a fantastic cranberry sauce.
Oh.
But when she asked me what my favorite Thanksgiving food was, now keep in mind, my mom didn't know how to cook, doesn't like to cook.
Peggy had
Peggy was
many
one-
wonderful things about
She
her.
did.
And she
But cooking
admitted
was
she
not
didn't.
one of them.
Well, she admitted she didn't really like to
Yeah.
cook.
Yeah, I have
She
no
didn't really
problem
like it.
saying that I grew up with a mother who was a horrible cook because she'd be the first one to tell you that. But because of that, when we had Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner, we always had the can of candy jelly, the jelly,
Yeah,
the
jelly cranberry sauce.
juice.
Yeah, right out of the can.
Yeah. That was my favorite part of
Okay.
the Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh my
was
goodness.
That
was.
Yes.
So I bought him a can today because
Yeah, but I was like, then Mary was like, "Oh, that means we need to get you some." No, you don't. You make wonderful cranberry sauce. I
make homemade cranberry sauce
Yes.
with orange zest in it
Yes,
and
orange
everything.
peel, orange zest.
That's how we grew up having it. And but we bought a can of it because we're going to make, what is the sandwich called after Thanksgiving?
Called the Bobby.
The Bobby.
They serve them at Capriotti's. I don't know if there are any out here in
Well,
Georgia or
remember
not.
we went to one out by Duluth. I
Oh,
think
it's
it
by
was.
Duluth, yes.
Yeah, we went to
It's
one.
a submarine bun with a little bit of mayo, a layer of turkey, dressing, and cranberry sauce. Oh, is it good?
So that's
I'm
what
telling
we're
you.
gonna make with some gravy if we want it. Little gravy on the turkey,
So
maybe.
good.
The day after, that's gonna be our lunch or dinner.
Leftovers.
Yeah, leftovers the day after. Yes. Because as good as Thanksgiving dinner is, the day after is even better. So, all right, is it time to have Sam come sing or do a few more jokes first?
You guys want to do a few more jokes, sir?
Well, yeah,
All right.
we got some. Do some jokes.
Okay, what side dish do you bring for Thanksgiving dinner when you accidentally sat on the sweet potatoes?
Smashed potatoes.
Squash casserole.
Squash
Squash,
casserole.
Which that was several people's favorite. I'll go back to the list a little bit later, and that's very Southern because we grew up in the Midwest and we never had squash casserole ever. But squash casserole in the South is amazing. I will just say it's
One of the things
amazing.
they serve at Mary Mac's. Squash.
We
Yes,
didn't have it
Mary
out in
Mac's.
California either. So
Yes, we have to check about Mary Mac's, don't
No,
we?
it's okay.
Well, we'll
We'll
see.
see.
keep going.
Okay, what role do green beans play in Thanksgiving dinner? I don't get this one. The casserole?
Just that's a play, like a
Okay.
the roll.
Ah.
The roll is it's
Okay.
a pun, I mean it's
All right.
A really bad one.
Yeah,
But-
it's not very good.
Okay, well,
Good pun.
here's another pun. What's Frankenstein's favorite Thanksgiving dish? Monster mashed potatoes and gravy.
Mm.
What's a turkey's favorite dessert? Peach cobbler. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Peach gobbler.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What did the mother turkey say to her disobedient children? If your father could see you now, he'd turn over in his gravy. Why did the cranberries turn red?
Because they were blushing.
Because they saw the turkey dressing.
Ah, oh my.
And this one's just kind of whatever. My grandma made mashed potatoes from a box. That's it. That's a joke. It says made from a box. Okay. Lots of people probably made from a box. All right, Sam.
Is it time for our
Come on down.
Do we need to?
Let's figure
You're
out how we're
sing
gonna
this
do this.
We can move out of the way.
I can just move the table and I can sit on the ground.
Will that be comfortable for you for singing?
Oh,
You
I
can
am
sit
comfortable
here.
in
You can
any
sit
position.
here and
No,
I can
no,
leave
no.
the camera for a moment.
No, you don't have to do that. Let's see. I can
Now, will
we
he
won't be able to
know, will
read
he
the
know all
rules.
the words?
Oh.
Will ya?
Here.
Sam will have to sing.
Here.
Well, we're going to sing with them.
Can you guys see the words?
Well, let's give thanks with a grateful heart, right?
Yes, give thanks with a grateful
so you
heart.
can join in
Yeah.
if you want. So,
Yeah, exactly. All right. So we ready?
ready?
Yes.
All right.
You got enough room at the table?
Yeah, I got enough. room.
Okay. All right.
All right. Give thanks with a grateful heart.
Give thanks to the Holy One.
Give
thanks because He's given Jesus Christ His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ His Son. And now.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
No, that's what he had told
Oh, okay. Well,
Well,
I
I'm
was
so
okay.
sorry.
That's all right. Don't
sorry.
worry. It's no
Sam
big deal.
told Sam
All right.
already has-
No big deal.
Let
That's
me
all right.
see if I can.
We give thanks for Sam's
Thank you, Sam. Always,
guitar
always good.
playing,
We give thanks to Sam.
for guitar
Thank
playing,
you.
video
Thank you.
recording, Facebook living, and everything else.
Oh, you don't have to stroke my ego.
But that's a
Alright,
reminder
alright.
of this. So the on the road tonight, I think what was really touching was Steve was talking to his kids and he was asked what they were thankful for and they couldn't come up with anything and then they said, well, what they say?
Carol said,
Well, maybe we could think about what we're not.
what's been the hardest for
Yeah,
us?
what's been
or
the hardest for us? And so then they showed him going to a thrift store and food pantry in New York. Where in New York was it?
I don't know. I'm guessing it was near Rochester.
And they asked people
They
what they
didn't
were
know.
thankful for. You know, I asked you all a couple nights ago what you're thankful for, and it's really, really wonderful to hear. And I was really, really touched because a lot of them were there because they were out of work or didn't have money, and they were getting food. And yet, one lady said, "I'm happy to be breathing." Another lady said, "I'm happy to be walking." And what else did they say they were thankful for?
There was the one gentleman
Yeah,
who
that was the best.
he had a mustache with that has nothing to do with it, but his mask was down a little bit, and he said, "I'm gonna go on Thanksgiving. I'm gonna go sit on the park bench, and I don't think
And
he's
eat my food.
okay. I guess he said he was gonna eat his meal, but he said, and I'm gonna give thanks for 63 good Thanksgivings because one bad one out of 64 is nothing."
It's a pretty good
At all.
ratio.
It's a pretty good run. He was going to give thanks for 63 good Thanksgivings.
And as Steve said, he was the prophetic voice. And when the kids watched that, they were
all tearing up
and
like,
they were reminded
like we are about to hear.
that we all do have a lot to be thankful for. And especially if we're alive and breathing and we're hanging in there. And we do have friends that are dealing with COVID, and we continue to pray for them. We lift up Nate, and we lift up Chris, and we lift up others that we know that are dealing with it, because this is really a difficult thing right now. But there's so much to be grateful for and so much to be thankful for, and so it's really a blessing for us to be able to celebrate Thanksgiving, even if it's a different and unusual Thanksgiving. There's a lot of blessings in this Thanksgiving. So Tim, I haven't got to ask you, but what are you most thankful for this year?
Probably like the people on the TV. I'm thankful that I'm healthy because in 2019 I had Bell's palsy and some other things happened to me, and so I'm grateful to be healthy. And like the one lady said, just to be breathing on my own, and grateful for a comfortable home, grateful for good friends who I get to see on a regular basis, grateful for some supplemental work, and grateful for a kind and generous and hospitable family who always welcomes me into their home and showers me with the love of Jesus. And I just want to lift up a couple people too for COVID-19, Dorothy Murphy and Jane Griffin, and others who are many that you know. We lift all of your friends and family up who are struggling with it as well.
Also, I want to lift up Julie Myers, who we know from Johnny and Friends Camp, who has to be in rehab for several weeks, and I know that means that she will be very isolated. So, Julie, I don't know if you ever see this, but we're thinking of you and praying for you, and praying that you will have a good Thanksgiving. So, David, what are you thankful for this year?
What am I thankful? I'm thankful for a wonderful family, and thankful for a new home and new neighborhood and new neighbors that we have gotten to know. It's been wonderful. We lived in a place, for those that don't know, we lived right on a highway.
Highway
so
20.
For 6 years, we lived in a house in which we did not know our neighbors, and in 6 months of being here, or almost going on 6 months now, we have met quite a number of neighbors. So it's been great to be in a neighborhood. And I think they're all getting to know Christopher, because whenever Christopher goes on his walk, for the last 2 days, he's been singing the VeggieTales Corpus at the top of his lungs the entire walk.
So
Oh my! We're gonna be teaching at least the tunes of the VeggieTale Corpus to the Crown Springs subdivision.
Greens, lima beans, peachy keen, VeggieTales. Okay.
What else did you want to say?
I was going to echo David's thankfulness in getting to know my neighbors some. I live on the old seminary campus where I attended school 25 years ago. I came back from Thailand, worked for the school, and I still live there, even though I've been involved in probably 5 or 6 separate ministries. And the property is owned by an Ethiopian Orthodox church. And in the spring and summer, I was taking a lot more walks, and I got to meet some of the young ladies and the associate priest and his wife, Father Hubert. And I've also gotten to know my neighbors next door to me in the duplex. And they have been very generous to me, sending me over food. And we have a big enough Ethiopian population in Kansas City that I know where to get their bread, which is called injera.
Oh, we
it's
love
like
injera.
A sponge type bread.
Yes.
And so when I came in the summer to help move all the furniture down here, I asked him to keep an eye on my house, and I got him some fresh injera from the store. And we have really, considering the virus and all, we have become quite close. They sent me home a big bowl of wonderful stew with beef and injera the other night, and it was so good. I saved it. I had it for a couple nights. So getting to know neighbors, and maybe others of you could tell that story as well.
Well, and there's another thing to be thankful for too, and that's I think I don't want to speak for Pastor Mary, but I think we're both very thankful for you you all as our congregation. So,
Well, I was going to
especially
say,
in this
I said
moment.
some things the other night, but I'm thankful that you voted to keep me around for these next 2 years. I'm thankful that we love each other, even in our differences and different views of things in life, that Jesus brings us together, and that's the most important thing. I'm thankful for colleagues who welcome me. I may be one of very few women pastors in Griffin, but I've been very much welcomed by other clergy, and I have enjoyed working, especially with Warren at City Church. It's been great to be working in ministry together because I'm happy to work with anyone that wants to work in ministry with me, and also in interfaith work too. I'm thankful for our Weight Watcher friends. We've been together for a long time now, and we really look out for each other, and we love each other, and we're friends, and we're really friends, and it's really a joy to have them. And I'm thankful for so many people making a difference for so many people in Griffin for Thanksgiving this year. I'm just very grateful for your support and help. And please welcome Pastor Barb on Sunday. I know you all know her and love her, and she loves you all. And you all know she's gone through a really tough time in her family, but she's grateful too. And I'm grateful that she's coming to lead worship this Sunday. So thank you, Pastor Barb, and please thank her for me, and please welcome and greet her. I know she's looking forward to being with you all on Sunday. We actually will be watching from home, which never happens, so we'll be watching the service here because we will not be going out to service. We were we were going to get in our car and go to Epiphany, but when all this happened, because I was taking the Sunday off anyway, when everything happened, we decided it was better to stay home. So,
and speaking of being in quarantine, that reminds me of another thing to be thankful for. I'm thankful for not only for the people at Epiphany and for the people who are pitching in to help out to make the service happen this coming Sunday. Greg Potratz, Don, of course, Michael, of course, Sheila, of course, and also Terry Lang, who will provide the camera work or the phone work on that, but also for Pastor Nahali. And she had just preached last week. I'm very thankful that she is pitching in to cover me this coming week. As I've said to you any number of times, Pastor Nahali, I owe you.
yeah,
To which I know you'll remind me that yes, I do owe
and
you.
we should technically say we're in isolation. Christopher's in quarantine.
Yes.
We're in isolation.
Yeah.
We've all been tested. As David said, Sam and I are waiting for our results. David and Christopher are negative, but we still are keeping our 14-day vigil, so we're just being careful about everything. But just a couple more things. I just want to share a couple more things people were grateful for or love. Alan Scott from St. John said cornbread dressing and giblet gravy. You remember giblet gravy?
Yeah.
Myra Baker said pumpkin pie, and her husband said with or without pumpkin, so I don't really know what that meant. But Debbie Quain from Bloomington said stuffing and real cranberry sauce. And let's see. Sherry Cooper from St. John said cornbread dressing, and Carolyn Davis said sage sausage dressing, which is what I make, sage sausage.
Yes.
And Tina Venus said cornbread dressing. So you can tell where you've been raised or what your family's background is by the kind of dressing that you eat or stuffing that you eat. My friend Carol, my former hairdresser and friend who lives in Texas now, Carol Bianco, said pumpkin pie. And Jeannie Parrish Cox, my cousin, said, I'm with your dad, Mary. If I prepared nothing else for Thanksgiving, as long as I'm able, I will make oyster dressing. We always had it every Thanksgiving, and my parents, Grandma and Judy, and I loved it. We kids not as much, though Andrea, I believe, likes it. Larry and Tom both grew to love it as well. That was their husbands. Growing up, my dad fried oysters on Christmas morning for our breakfast brunch, along with Mom's homemade cinnamon rolls. My family's love for oysters is for real, and that comes from her grandma and our grandpa were brother and sister. And so even though we're second cousins, we've become very close together. We've always known each other because we grew up in the same area, but I would think these last number of years we've gotten really close. And wonderful Pastor Lisa Klein Goodman, who I am praying for. Many of us, I asked you to pray for her cancer to go into remission. Said midnight cranberry sauce and gravy sandwich. Midnight cranberry sauce and gravy sandwich. Interesting. And Nancy Crawford from Christ the King said sweet potato casserole. Sherry Tidwell from St. John said turkey sandwich with dressing, jelly, cranberry sauce, and lots of helmets on a squishy white bread.
That's the Bobby.
That's the Bobby.
That's the Bobby.
So Sherry, that sounds great. Keep sharing them. I love seeing what y'all write. I love my rolls. I have to admit that. I love the whole meal. I just enjoy everything at the table. But I do like my sage sausage dressing. We grew up with sage dressing, but I had sausage. I hated pumpkin pie as a kid, but now I love pumpkin pie. We're going to make something new this year. Aunt Margaret makes the chocolate pie. We can't be with her. She shared the recipe. We're making chocolate pie with homemade whipped cream this year.
Thank you, Aunt Margaret.
And turkey. And we'll have turkey.
And just to let you know, our Weight Watcher meeting is on Friday.
Stop.
Yeah, but I'm going. I can't go
you
into
go
weigh. We can go and not weigh, and we will be off. We will be off isolation on Friday. So we'll just see what happens. But one more to share. Levon from Christ the King said, "My mom's Indian scallop corn and cranberry sauce." Levon, if you're watching, I want to know what your recipe is. If you could share it. So, anyway. We wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving. We will not be doing devotions next week. Right now, we're not planning on Friday Fun Night, but if we get moved by the Spirit, we'll put a note up Friday morning. But right now, we're not going to do it. David, smile at me. But I love Friday Fun Night. It's my favorite.
I understand, but
we all get
everybody
together.
could use a little break.
Well, I know, but it's still fun, and Tim's here.
I know, and he's right here, here.
Well, we
with
may
us.
have to do. We may have to do. We may
All
have
right,
to.
sorry, we don't mean to start an argument in front of you
We
all.
may have to make write a little teaser. But anyway, we wish everybody a fabulous Thanksgiving. And yes, we know it's a different year, and we know it's not the same. But we all have things to be grateful for. And so please keep praying for those who, for the frontline workers. God love them all. They have really gone above and beyond what they probably ever could have dreamed when they went into the nursing field or RT or physical therapy or any of these things. Doctor, it's really been once in a lifetime, and more than once in a lifetime kind of experience. Our grandparents would have gone through the 1918. Our parents would not have, so it skipped at least one generation. But to live through this, we got to give thanks to God for seeing us through, and we pray for everyone who's struggling and praying for healing for those who can be healed, and we pray for peace and comfort for those who are missing loved ones around their table. And as the saying goes, last thing I'll say is, we stay apart this year so that next year no one will be missing around the table. So we watch out for each other. We keep each other safe. Tim, we're happy to have you. Last year we had 36 around the table with the Reiner clan. So we're spread near and far this year. Much smaller, but we will hopefully catch up on Zoom with each other. So don't forget the Macy's Day Parade will be on. And Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is when?
Sunday, I believe at 8 o'clock. GTV.
Check online for those.
Check your local listings.
Yes, check your.
Those
local
of you in the
listings.
Midwest, it'll be 7.
Yes. So, all right. Well, I feel like singing. I've never felt like the Lawrence Welk. Good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you.
Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again. Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. Good night.
You can tell we watched Lawrence Welk.
Okay, it's a good thing, if you see my face a little bit, you would have seen my son.
he
I
was
wish we
cringing.
could. I wish you
Horrible,
could see
horrible.
the camera could be moved to see Sam's face at the
Cringing.
same
Yes,
time.
yes,
so.
yes.
Well, sorry, we
We're-
were kids and
we're
we watched
hams.
it every week.
We're from a
We
family
could
of
do-
politicians.
We could do hee-haw, but
I was going to say hee-haw did
No,
come to
no,
mind. It
no,
is
no.
time. It is long past time. It is
All
time
right.
to end.
Well, that's because we're not coming back next week,
That's
probably.
it.
Ciao,
So.
Bella.
All right, happy
right.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
We love
Thanksgiving,
y'all.
everybody.
Wish you a wonderful one. Take care.